everyone. This is Norman and his wife Rosalie. And Norman, when I talk to your coach, he always brags about your progress. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about your experience, what led you to even attend one of our master classes and then get evaluated to see if you would be a good candidate for what we do? If you wouldn't mind just sharing a little bit about your experience with that.
Okay, it may take me a little while. So one thing led to another, and that led to you. And that's kind of where we're at. And been treating my diabetes, and I went from taking metformin, Januvia, a bunch of stuff, and I'm not taking anything right now. I do.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it on my own. I haven't visited with my doctor at all. What I did was I measured my glucose every morning and throughout the day, and I was tired of just pricking myself all the time. But during the day, I feel great. I have no problem. I'm in the normal range, 190 to 140. In the mornings, I always wake up no matter what I do, anywhere from 140 to 200. Depends what I eat, how late I eat, how much exercise I get, so forth.
And
But
tell us about your A1C. I understand your A1C came down quite a bit.
it went from 10.2 to 7.4 with the last blood test.
Wow. And over what kind of period of time was that?
I would say January to now. Well, weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I took the last blood test.
That's
So,
fantastic.
mhm.
And I know that when we talked, you were having a lot of joint pain. You weren't able to ride your horse and do other ranch types things. So tell us how that's going.
Well, that went well. It took me a little while to get used to my getting back on the horse and not suffering uh, things, my joints, and then not riding. But I mastered that. It's I don't have issues. I can walk. I walked a lot, and it bothered me. My knee bothered me. I was going to have my knee replaced, and I'm not sure I need that right now. I can move. My joints are great. I can hold on to a glass of water. Uh, this past week I've been irrigating a lot, and it's cold water up here, real cold. A little stiffness, but not no pain.
Wow, that's fantastic. And Rosalie, what have you noticed as far as what you've seen? Have you seen Norman progress?
He's actually doing really well. He had a hard time adjusting to the diet. He was used to junk food, not natural organic. And I was in heaven because we're back into vegetables and organic food, and he's progressed a lot. Now he's even asking for salad, he's even asking for the
Fish.
fish, which is never he never has. And so it's a change of life. And I
That's
see him
great.
more energetic and more able to move and get things done.
That's fantastic. And what would you say is someone who is seeking help? They're looking for something different. They may be a little bit skeptical. What would you tell that person from what you know now?
I would most definitely suggest them to look into this if they're ready, because an individual has to be ready to accept change. I kept bugging Norman for 2, 3 years to accept change, and he never did until we met his buddy, and that's how I started going into the master classes and sharing them with Norman, and that's when we saw you and I attended your classes, and I thought that was fantastic. So I suggested that, and I kept bugging him for at least 3 months.
That's great.
Last time I weighed myself, I had lost 13 pounds, and I do feel skinny. And that's something that, I have to deal with. I mean, I lost too much weight, I think, in my opinion.
And then would you say that this is worth it? Would you recommend it to someone else? Has it been worth it, all the work that you've done?
Yeah, I think that it's worth it to everybody that is struggling with diabetes. They should all go through this program if they want off the meds. I don't know any other way of getting off the meds, and if it's healthier. And I don't know what it's going to lead me to into the future, how it's all going to turn out at the very end, whether, I can incorporate some of the other foods that I used to eat. I don't eat any carbs or hardly any carbs whatsoever. And maybe that's the reason for my weight loss. But if you want off the meds, if you want to deal with diabetes, this is the only program that I know of. I mean, they're out there and you can read about it, but having you folks just provide all the guidance and direction and the supplements makes a difference. You got to have some support. And you got to have a wife, or for me, Rosie, to support me with a diet because she does all the cooking.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm so thrilled for you because I know when we first met that you were kind of at the end of your rope. You didn't know what to do. So I'm glad that this has done what it should do. It's reversing your diabetes, getting you off the meds, which is I know which is what your major goals were. So congratulations to both of you.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for sharing.